Hello, this is Mary Mindshine. This report is for CTE 666, and it's developing objectives and reflection tools for internship slash co-op, specifically for the health sciences. So I work at Ballard County CTC, and some of our demographics, and these came from the school report card. First of all, our high school enrollment for the year 2016 and 2017 was 308 students, so we are a very small school, and our attendance is actually, our enrollment is actually down this year. I teach in the health science pathway, and the specific pathway that we offer here is pre-nursing. The classes involved in pre-nursing are principles of health science, medical terminology and emergency procedures, Medicaid nurse aid, body structures and functions, and allied health, internship, and co-ops. And that is the course that I would like to pay attention to today, is the internship and co-ops. Go ahead, sir. So we are an agrarian community, as you can see from the map. This is the school right here, and all around us is farmland, and the whole county is very rural and farmland. So you would think that we have limited opportunities for internship in the health science program. Um, we do have within our very community a veterinarian, a clinic that is staffed by advanced practice RN, a nursing home that has an affiliated rehabilitation center. They see inpatient and they see outpatient. We have an assisted living. We have an ambulance service, um, health department. There was one other thing I was thinking: two pharmacies, a chiropractor, and a dentist, and a physical therapist. In our surrounding counties, we have two major hospitals. So we are not limited on availability of internships. What we run into is in the healthcare industry a concern for things like confidentiality, and there's not a desire for people to be hands on because they're students, and that's just um, hard to let go and let them do. So that's something we'll have to build up. I began the year at CTC with 7 students to place an internship. 2 of them had already made arrangements to place themselves, and we decided that the remaining students would be placed and then rotate every 9 weeks into another location. So right now I have students placed at Ballard County Ambulance, Wycliffe Pharmacy, with the school nurse, and they rotate through other areas as well, the local dentist and the local physical therapist. So the problem with our internship is when I came on, there is no syllabus in place. Some of the things I'm trying to build on what was already there, but there wasn't a syllabus in place for this class in particular, and there were no set objectives. It was kind of like the students just go observe and leave and get their grade for internship. There's no evaluation, no reflection. So you can't really tell, has the student learned what you expect them to learn, or are they progressing? Is the internship beneficial to them? So other things, potential solutions that we came up with are to set and communicate objectives. One place that I looked at early on was the work-based learning framework that is on the website for the CTE.ed.gov. And according to their framework, it is important to, first of all, map experiences. So the internship experience needs to be mapped to the curriculum. And we also need to communicate our expectations to the work-based learning site as well as to the student. And the work-based learning site needs to be able to communicate their expectations to us. Other solutions were to develop an evaluation tool and allow the students to reflect on their learning through that. We did a substantial literature review in this class. We had to submit 6 article reviews, and most of them were looking at the students' expectations and looking at the benefits of interning for the students. The one that stood out the most to me and kind of mapped where my problem was Saunders considering all stakeholders and involving the internship, considering all the stakeholders and involving them into the internship process. So we're looking at not just what does the student expect, we're looking at what is expected from the intern site by the teachers and what is expected from the school and from the students by the internship side. So this is where I kind of focus my attention. Um, through this concept, a survey was developed, and it was actually based on some of the questions that were used in their research originally. So I developed a survey. And first of all, I sent the survey to fellow CTE teachers in the building because they also send students to internship sites. And they said it was pretty good, all inclusive. The survey was also administered to each of the current intern students, administered to each of my contacts at the internship site. The survey was composed of 14 statements, and those 14 statements had a ranking of strongly agree all the way down to strongly disagree. Each of the statements had an area for comment, and then there was an additional comment area at the bottom of the survey. There was also an option, are you interested in assisting with an evaluation tool for internships, yes or no, and a place for them to put their contact information. So that's what the survey looked like, and it was given, like I said, to these people. Of the 14 statements, 5 of them were aimed towards on the job skills, like job related skills and hands on and learning skills for that specific job. 8 were employability skills, or what we would call soft skills. And then 1 was associated with, is there a responsibility of the internship site to increase the ability for the student to get a job? Go ahead. Well, there's 4 results. 100% of the students returned their survey, and that's probably because there was a grade linked to that. So when a 0 went in for their survey, they were sure to get that back to me. 67% of the internship providers responded. One that I was very interested in hearing back, students reported to me that the dentist was not allowing them to go back and see procedures. They were just sitting basically at the desk doing office work, like shredding papers, running mail to the post office and things like that. So that's one place that I feel like I wanted to hear what their expectations were, and I haven't heard back from them yet. So I will definitely be checking with them, following up with them. Just of those results, students and internships consistently ranked every statement, with the exception of a couple, and I'll get to that, with strongly agree or agree. I really expected the internship sites to be more concerned with the soft skills or the employability skills, and the students to be more concerned with job related skills and hands on. But it really, across the board, they were strongly agree and agree for those, except for one student wrote no opinion on a couple, and they dealt with communication skills and things like that. So that demonstrates that their expectations are very similar. So future application of this survey information will include developing that evaluation tool. And that evaluation tool needs to have some key components wrapped into it, to include verification of attendance, because we have actually recently had a problem with a student not being where he or she was supposed to be and letting her friends know that she wasn't there. Anyways, we had a recent problem with that. So we definitely need to work on verifying attendance, having them sign in, sign out, have someone at the site sign for them, say that they've been there. And I definitely want to see students self-reflecting. I want to see, what was it that you expected to accomplish by having this internship? What was good about it? What did you learn? How are you going to be able to apply this? So I definitely want to see students self-reflecting. And I also want to see internship site feedback, especially regarding those qualities of an employee, dependability, responsibility, communication, all those soft skills that we spend a lot of time teaching in career and technical education. Other future applications for the survey, we want to see that survey being given at the beginning of internship. So it's almost like the survey actually tells the kids what they should be learning, or what their expectations should be. And then I want them to follow up after their internship with the same survey and see if there's any changes in their perceptions. Um, we also will want to look at that survey every now and then and make sure that we're asking the right questions. Do we need to reevaluate our questions? Do we need to um, change anything on it, any of the components? And then I want to look at applying the survey and the evaluation tool to other pathways because it is pretty general and will flow nicely with their programs as well. And this is my reference page. I didn't include all of the articles that I did, but I included the ones that were specific to this presentation. Thank you for your time.